English Language Academy. Practice makes perfect.
Listen and practice.
One of the best ways to relieve stress is to do breathing exercises. Breathing deeply helps to relax muscles and wake up the brain. A great way to relieve stress is to read a good book. Reading an interesting novel will help you forget about your problems. Getting up early helps reduce stress in people's lives. Early risers feel there is more time in the day to get things done. Exercise is one of the most effective stress relievers there is. Exercising releases endorphins in your brain that make you feel good and relax your body.
Listen and practice.
Well, my group was great, and I loved my host family. We were all American high school students, but we all came from different states, and we had different religions and cultures. We learned that we weren't really so different. We spent every day together for 4 weeks, and we learned that people are people. We became such good friends. More than friends, we were like a family. I loved my host family in Costa Rica. They were so warm and friendly. They became my family too. From the first day, I felt like I was their daughter. They called me Anna. They spoke only a little English, and at first, I didn't speak much Spanish. But I learned a lot of Spanish from them, and in my Spanish class too. And I also learned that language is not always so important. Well, sometimes a smile can say more than words. If you're in high school and you want to have a great summer, go on the experiment in international living. It was the best summer of my life. I'm sure it will be the best summer of your life too.
Listen and practice.
Good evening, children and parents. Thank you for coming today. My name is Dr. Carl Frist, and I am a psychologist. As you already know, the topic of tonight's speech is how to deal with conflicts at home. Everyone has small conflicts at home. That is normal. My goal is that you learn how best to deal with small conflicts before they turn into big fights. Big fights are bad and can damage family relationships. The key to dealing with any small conflict is communication. The reason is, the more we listen and talk to each other, the better we understand each other. And the better we understand each other, the less we fight. Think about the last time you got in a fight at home. It probably didn't help your problem. Fighting almost never solves problems, but listening to each other does. In conclusion, if you talk about the problems you are having openly and freely, you will probably be able to resolve them without fighting. And if you can do that, you will have a much better life.
Listen and practice.
When people get sick, they often get fevers. A fever is when your body temperature goes higher than normal. Throughout history, civilizations have looked for different ways to avoid and treat fevers. In the West, a lot of those remedies involved putting things on or near one's feet. I know it's weird, but it's true. In parts of Europe in the 17th century, people tried to avoid getting fevers by putting leaves in their shoes. Later, in the 18th century, people in England tried to reduce their fevers by putting salt in their socks. Then, in the 19th century, in the United States, people tried putting onions on their feet to reduce fever. Today, there are still people who believe putting stuff near one's feet cures fevers, but there is no scientific evidence that it does. That is why most doctors recommend taking medicine or a cold bath to reduce fever instead.
Listen and practice.
On July 30th, the Florida man robbed an apartment in the town of Hollywood only to encounter the apartment's tenant on his way out the door. Uh-oh, now she knows what I look like. I need to get out of here, Wade thought. So he ran out the door. As he was driving home, he realized that he had left his cell phone in the home he had robbed. Uh-oh, now the cops have my fingerprints and lots of other information about me. I have to get that phone back. So he called his phone. Maybe he hoped that the person who answered would return the phone to him. Instead, the phone was answered by a detective who was in the house. The detective was investigating the robbery. Wade told the detective his name and said he needed his phone back. Instead, he was arrested, and the fingerprints from his phone were used to tie Wade to 5 other unsolved robberies. In court later that week, Wade told a judge that his phone had been stolen, but the judge didn't believe him.
Listen and practice.
Everybody dreams, but nobody is exactly sure why. An even greater mystery: what do our dreams actually mean? This is a question that people have been trying to answer for thousands of years. Today, scientists and doctors continue to study how our brain works and what it does while we are sleeping. Some people think that dreams can tell us about things that are happening in our everyday lives. Other people think dreams can predict what will happen in the future. Then, there are some people who think dreams mean nothing at all. They say dreams are just random old memories organized together by the brain to make a story. Today, scientists are looking for ways to collect useful information from dream experiments. So far, they have not been very successful. So we probably won't know the real reason for dreams anytime soon.
Listen and practice.
A dermatologist is a skin doctor. Dermatologists help people who have skin problems and can treat different skin diseases. People visit dermatologists if they get burned or have problems with zits. A dentist is a tooth doctor. Dentists help people keep their teeth clean and can treat tooth and gum disease. People visit dentists if they have cavities or a toothache. A pediatrician is a special doctor for children. Pediatricians help young children and can treat lots of different illnesses. Children go to pediatricians if they have the flu or a stomachache. An oncologist is a cancer doctor. Oncologists help diagnose and treat different types of cancer. People go to oncologists if they are worried they might have cancer.
Listen and practice.
My name is Sally, and my biggest weakness is I procrastinate. I always wait until the last minute to do everything. I will try to finish all my schoolwork at least one day in advance.
Listen and practice.
My name is Jimmy, and my biggest weakness is being lazy. I just lie around the house all day and don't get anything done. I will try to set at least 3 realistic goals every day to help get motivated.
Listen and practice.
My name is Gary, and my biggest weakness is being shy. It is really hard for me to meet new people. I will try and talk to one new person every day.